Again in the last, you're aiming towards the Guineas. You had a bit of a mishap there with, I think, a hoof, but back and won again the other day.
Yeah, we had a flirtation with the idea of running in the Guineas, but he's not mentally ready for a race like that. So we'll be happy to go around today. He's gone from a maiden to a welter in 4 starts, so that's a big enough climb for me.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of the team, particularly the Blue Diamond.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Lee Friedman joining us as they're about to move in this small field
for Special Harmony. They're set and away. Zalute jumped all right, so did Special Harmony, 3 away from the rail, and Oliver's pushing her forward. Deep in the Woods jumped well too, and as they settle down, Princess Diamond went back to last. There is a bit of pace here, and Ollie said, well, you can go if you want to. I'll sit back on the favourite, and she settles 4th, so it's Deep in the Woods in front of Country Lodge, Demerger 3rd, and Special Harmony a length away 4th. Then came Zalute with her mouth wide open on the inside. Princess Diamond is back last of all. It's a good solid tempo, and Deep in the Woods the leader. Country Lodge a length and a quarter away. Demerger on the fence, 1 Special Harmony, and then Zalute, who's second last, and last of all Princess Diamond. Deep in the Woods is slowing up the tempo now, heading towards the 800 metre mark. She's out by about a length to Country Lodge, a length to Demerger. On the outside, Special Harmony within 3 or 4 of the leader at the 800 metres, and then Zalute second last and Princess Diamond. Deep in the Woods for Darren Gauci, comes up the side a little over a length clear, and he's still slowing it down stride by stride. Country Lodge second, Special Harmony flushed out 3 wide now within a length of the leader, and then Demerger as they came to the corner, Zalute and Princess Diamond. Deep in the Woods being joined by Country Lodge coming around the home turn, but Special Harmony's within a length of these, although 3 wide, and she's starting to really gather them in around the turn, and then Demerger. Country Lodge takes the lead, Special Harmony within a half length of her, then Demerger 3rd, and Deep in the Woods is next, but coming to the 200, Country Lodge about a head in front. Special Harmony shaken up a little now by Oliver. She put the head clear, she drew a 3/4 of a length in front, and the long odds on favourites home. Special Harmony drew clear and won it by about 2 lengths on the line. Good go for the Miners. Deep in the Woods comes back and grabs it, I'd say, from Demerger or Country Lodge, Princess Diamond and Zalute on the outside. Well, she did it very, very easily, and that's what you'd expect. And the bonus is 10 cents for every dollar you put on. She got out to 110 for the win. Money back $1 the place. Deep in the Woods grabs second, $4.60, and Demerger looks like it'll get the 3rd place as we await the judges' official numbers. 1 Special Harmony taking her record now to 13 starts for 7 wins, 3 seconds and a 3rd. And 3 gets the 3rd Demerger, so official placings are 1, 4, 3, 4th home number 2, Country Lodge, and 5th in 5, Princess Diamond. 1, 4, 3, 2, 5, and the time is 1:38.65. Yeah, she's just got it all over her opposition at the moment, particularly in the fillies grade, and she's certainly right up there against the Colts as well. And that was a most authoritative victory. Not a big margin. She's won it by about a length and 3/4, I suppose, on the line. But Ollie just didn't do really all that much on her. Gave her as soft a time as he could, knowing that there are bigger fish to fry a little further down the track. And he stayed out of trouble, kept her 3 wide from about the 600 metres. And she just had them well and truly covered. Went between the 400 and the 200 in 10.9, and then the last 200 in 11.63. Very easy win. She's way too good for her opposition and could well be up to taking on older horses the way she races. $1.10 and $1 for Special Harmony, $4.60 Deep in the Woods, no divvy Demerger. Quinella paid $7.60, the exacta $8.40, trifecta $37.10, and the running double 2 and 1, $1.60. So the bookies are reeling, the punters are smiling, and that's the way it should be at the races all the time, shouldn't it? A length and a half by a half head were the margins, 1:38.68 the time on the 3rd. TBV Mannerism Stakes is the 4th, and Stephen King is on number 3 if you're missing that one. The 4th race at 2:10.
And if you got the rigging, baby, I got a boat. And if you got a castle, well, you know I got the moat. It's all right.
Of course, I talked to Gay Waterhouse before, but she's now talking to Tanya, her stable foreperson. But she's so lovely that we thought we might chat to her again. A lot of people will be chatting to her after this race if Moon Mambo can be first across the line and is the firm favourite, although he's
just about ready for race number 3. They're all in. Gates are back, and there they go. Slippery Cell was out pretty well. Same can be said for Leg Irons. And here's Moon Mambo, the favourite, going up in search of the lead, and will get it. And into stride properly now. Moon Mambo shows the way, a length and a half on Slippery Cell. Leg Irons third, then Nasrallah King, followed by Uali, then Far Was, 1, 2 Araloo and Star. It's outsiders Occo and 3 or 4 lengths to the roughy Grand Bellagio. They work their way down to the 1,000 marker, and Moon Mambo leads by a little more than a length on Slippery Cell. Leg Irons third as they pass the 1,000. Nasrallah King tending to pull a bit fourth. A couple then to Uali, followed by Far Was. 1.5 then Araloo and Star. Occo on its outside, and 3 lengths to Grand Bellagio. No change. Working onto the side of the track, and the flashy chestnut Moon Mambo. You wouldn't miss him on a dark night, and Moon Mambo's about a length and 3/4 clear. Slippery Cell holding second without cover. Leg Irons on the inner. Then Nasrallah King, 1 out, 1 back. A couple to Uali, a length the Far Was. And then Araloo and Star followed by Occo, and 3 or 4 lengths to Grand Bellagio. Around the corner they travel, and Moon Mambo set sail for the judge with a lead of a couple of lengths on Slippery Cell. Leg Irons is going along the rails. Then Nasrallah King of Uali's putting in a claim. They come to the 250, and Boss shakes up Moon Mambo. It's still a couple of lengths clear. Uali second. Leg Irons can't go on. The same for Slippery Cell and Nasrallah King. But Moon Mambo looking good for the hat-trick. And Moon Mambo pretty well all the way from Uali, Leg Irons and Nasrallah King. And then Slippery Cell, Araloo and Star Occo. Far Was second last. And the rank outsider brought up the rear, Grand Bellagio. Number 10, pretty well from barrier to box. Moon Mambo, ridden by Glenn Boss. 3 on the trot. 3 runs in from a lengthy spell. He's had a few injury problems, this fellow. He's a lovely horse. He's a magnificent individual. There'll be a few chasing him as a show horse when his career is over on the racecourse. He's owned by Guri Pastoral, trained by Gay Waterhouse, ridden by Glenn Boss, by a magnificent specimen himself, Pient Celeb, from the De Heer mare Japanilla. 10 the winner, and that is Moon Mambo. Second goes to number 6, and that is Uali by Unbridled Song from Espina, another good sort of horse, a 4-year-old grey gelding, Oliver Coolman, Danny Beasley. And third to number 9, Leg Irons, a 6-year-old bay gelding by Yellow Prince from Tortel, Alicia Willick, Tyree, Huey Bowman. For the pick 4, it was number 5, Nasrallah King. And accordingly in New South Wales, the official dividends, number 10, 260 and 130.
Yeah, Moon Mambo getting there ahead of the 6 and the 9, 10, 6 and 9 as they hit the line in those Guri colours. Getting home, Moon Mambo, and it's paid 260 and 130. Qualia 260. Leg word on Hallaberry. Can she turn it round a little bit just off the lightning run?
Hell of a lot of pressure in the race, Andrew. 16 genuine good fast horses, and all I'd say is I hope so.
All right, good luck, mate.
Thank you.
Mick Price joining us prior to this mannerism. We're about a minute away. Value bet in this race too, as you can see. Get onto it quick. Sylvana, you're near enough to mark here number 1 at that 960 quote. It has had good support, but you're very close on and off track. Sweet Corner, as I mentioned earlier, it's been a drifter. 380 is no value. Raven Protected, the expected leader. It's been a drifter on track. You're pretty close at 840. Royal Sash, clear favourite, right on the mark at $2.40. And Dance on Wood, number 8 at double figure odds at an $11 quote. You're very close. That's the 4th race betting, and here's the 4th race with Greg Miles.
Right, Andrew, just this favourite here, Royal Sash. You just want to see her go in nice and cool and calm. Patrick quickly dismounted from her at the gates. Barrier blanket on her, and she's a bit iffy at the stalls. She's 240 on the tote. She's similarly priced and well backed on track. But you don't want to see her getting too fizzed up here. Sweet Corn finished 2.7 lengths in arrears of her when they both resumed in the Hyderabad handicap won by Given. That's good. She's gone in, not too much bother there. Sweet Corn's been tried as a second pick in the race. They dominated, really. Raven Protector, who'll go forward in the market. She's up in the weights, and a little money for Sylvana. Now, Dance on Wood has gone in alongside Thurman. Gates filling quite well. Raven Protector coming up into the gates now. Special Harmony winning easily in the 3rd race. A very easy win for Keep the Faith. Runaway victory for the Boucheron on the 1st. 3 favourites home out of 3 so far. Scarlet Ruby moves along to the line, and another riderless one. Noel Caddo out of the saddle on Sylvana. fresh up since finishing midfield in the Ballarat Cup back in November. Further to get set, say to Largo and Sweet Corn. Largo was given out as a visor on. That's not right. It's winkers on for Largo, not a visor. She's raced in the winkers before. Silvana just holding up proceedings a little bit here. Bit on the fresh side. First day at the races for a little while. And she's just turning side on at the gates. Nothing too nasty about it though. She should go in without too many problems. Royal Sash, the favourite. She's had the one second up outing in her career, and she did win that in easier company than she strikes here today. But her first up run was very good in a good form race, won by Given. Now Silvana's right. Gallo climbing back into the structure. Last few to get ready then. This weather's holding for the time being, which is good. The cloud cover's very high, just light grey cover. There's obviously some rain out there, but it's holding off and looking very promising for the rest of the day, I would hope. I'm a shocking weather tipster, so I hope I'm on the ball today. We don't want the latter part of the card being ruined by any showers, but it's looking good right now. Now, another riderless one, third of the race. There's only 9 runners. Largo has Stephen King out of the saddle, and she's about to come along. Mannerism Stakes. Group 3, they're off. Raven Protector and Silvana the first 2 out. Royal Sash jumped okay, is settling just off the speed. Furler and Scarlet Ruby improve as they settle into stride now. And past the 1200, Raven Protector had no trouble in holding the lead. Furler's a length away second, a length and a half further back than Scarlet Ruby. On the inside in 4th position came the favourite Royal Sash, with Silvana around her. About 3 lengths to Sweet Corn, and then Thurman on the inside, followed then well back in the field as Dance on Wood as they go to the railway side, and Largo's 1.5 away. At the 800 metres, Raven Protector's winding up the pace, and she strings the field out a bit. Leads by a length and 3/4. Scarlet Ruby dropped in for the trail, 2 to Furler, and then Silvana 4th the outside from Royal Sash. 2 lengths further back as Sweet Corn, followed then by Largo, who's starting to make ground, and then came Dance on Wood and Thurman to the turn. Raven Protector by 1.5, Scarlet Ruby, and then Furler with going up on the inside Royal Sash. He travels well, just needs a touch of luck to gain a run. Next Silvana, Largo and Sweet Corn is also looking for a way clear. Raven Protector led. Royal Sash got the run at just the right moment, and Payne said, come on, let's go. She moved up and tackles the leader, and they put about 3 lengths to Silvana and Sweet Corn, but the favourite looks good. Another one. Royal Sash racing clear by about 3 lengths. Sweet Corn runs on well with Dance on Wood, but Royal Sash easily beat Sweet Corn by 2. Dance on Wood got home well for 3rd. Raven Protector 4. Then Furler, Largo, Silvana, followed in by Scarlet Ruby and Thurman last in. 4 favourites down, or 4 races down, and all won by favourites. And Royal Sash scoring a comfortable win, 250 and 130. Second to Sweet Corn, Damien Oliver and Lee Friedman. And third will go to Dance on Wood, stablemate of the second horse ridden by Dan Nikolic. Should be 6, 2 and 8, and a very easy win in the end for the favoured runner, Royal Sash. Patrick Payne riding a beautifully judged race, just had it tucked away on the fence, enjoying a comfortable run, and he poked up along the inside looking for the way clear, and the gap just opened at the perfect moment, and she sprinted through and had the race in her keeping, a long way from the judge. 6, 2 and 8. Well, the punters would be thinking they're in utopia at the moment. They've romped in without any problem at all. Few of them at very prohibitive prices, of course. Patrick Payne with a double, having scored on Keep the Faith in race 2. Trained by Shannon Hope at Kilmore. This mare's had 11 starts. She's won 6 of them. Made a lot of progression in her last preparation. And she won about 5 in a row and then took on some black type races. This time round, with the experience of that under her belt, she's had the 2 runs back in, and she's run extremely well in each of them. Just picked up by Given first up, and she's made a lot of fitness progression since then, and she has scored a very, very comfortable win. Unbeaten second up from a spell now. 6, 2 and 8 on race number 4.
Thanks, Greg. And, well, the punters, as Greg said, are having a field day there. All the favourites home so far. Gee, this puts a bit of pressure on Lonhro, doesn't it? Because he's going to start pretty short in the St George Stakes at Group 2, the next on the card. Royal Sash, maybe for the Coolmore in Sydney, but did look pretty impressive with the run of the second horse, of course. Sweet Corn, when she gets to longer journeys, she's certainly going to be well suited there. It's got to beat the others.
Because he's an honest type of horse, but he does need luck because he gets back in his races and he just got to hold him up for one go at him. So often those horses need a lot of luck, but you know, he's so honest. He'll race very well.
Well, it's either a feast or a famine. You've got some terrific rides. Good luck, Glenn.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, and of course, Glenn won the previous on the promising Waterhouse train Moon Mambo. He has a good chance here, and as Glenn pointed out, very good chances later on. It's all the go, Dane Shadow. It's been a big move on track. Support for Inconsul, Fastnet Rock, and to a lesser degree, Ballyblur has eased a fraction, and Esther as well. Let's head upstairs to Ian Craig for this year's Group 2 Silver Slipper Stakes.
Right, Chris, in they come, and the hot pot, Dane Shadow, the debutant, moves in as I speak. He's a magnificent individual by Dane Hill from Slight Chance, and in the last 4 or 5 minutes, they've really come for him in the ring. On the toe to New South Wales at the moment, he's 280 and 180. He's a little shorter than that in the ring. Second pick on course is number 10, and that is Ballyblur, and number 1, the third elect, Econsul. So this is a most interesting Silver Slipper, but Dane Shadow will jump out of these stalls a very pronounced favourite. Previous of the day, Moon Mambo led nearly all the way. Number 10, Glenn Boss to beat 6 Uali, 9 Leg Irons, and 5 Nasrallah King the second, 7 Races Success, and 8 Lana Kita won the first. Esther racing in the Hasna colours coming up. She trialled very well, and in she goes Esther. There's not a lot of her. And here's Commandments. So the Omni Silver Slipper Stakes, the field is set and ready to run. Dane Shadow, a pronounced favourite, a first starter. Ready now. Off in the Silver Slipper, they came away in a good line. Dane Shadow out well, but Esther's going to lead. And settling it's Esther about a length or so on Dane Shadow, followed by Burning Sands. And moving forward is Broker's Decree, but not that far away from Ballyblur. Then succeeding, followed by Econsul, Fastnet Rock, and last is Commandments out of the back. And the leader is Esther narrowly from Uber, right up on the pace today. A length and a half third, the heavily backed Dane Shadow on the inside of Broker's Decree. Burning Sands out on a limb, 2 lengths to Ballyblur inside succeeding. Another couple away is Econsul, Fastnet Rock is absolute second last, and last of all as they come around the corner, Commandment straightening up, and the leader is Esther, a half length on Uber. Dane Shadow called upon by Corey Brown, and he's coming home well, and Ballyblur's getting a beautiful run along the rails. They come to the 200 and the Silver Slipper. It's Esther the leader, Dane Shadow the debutant bridging the gap, and Ballyblur coming right through along the rails. Ballyblur and Esther with Dane Shadow and Fastnet Rock, but it's Ballyblur Silver Slipper. Ballyblur from a very close finish between Esther and Dane Shadow, and Fastnet Rock on the outside not far away. Followed home by Econsul and then Burning Sands Uber, and the last trio, Commandment succeeding, and Broker's Decree. Ballyblur wins the Silver Slipper for Anthony Cummings and Glenn Boss. Right along the rails, did not have to come round one horse. Ballyblur by Pien Celeb winning double to that stallion. Moon Mambo, of course, taking out the third, and Ballyblur raced by A and Mrs. G. Verica, trained by Anthony Cummings, who's always had a tremendous opinion of this filly. And there's not a lot of her, but sure, the brakes went away, but she has done a good job to take it out. Ballyblur, as we stand by for the numbers, here they are. Number 10 is the winner, Ballyblur, written by G. Boss. Number 7 gets second, that is Dane Shadow, written by Corey Brown. Number 12, Esther, written by Danny Beasley, third. And close up on the outside, fourth, number 4, Fastnet Rock, written by Len Beasley. The runner-up by Dane Hill from Slight Chance. I thought he was going to go close to winning at about the 250, and he's got a good future ahead of him. Make a much better bred. Dane Hill, Slight Chance, John Hawkes, Corey Brown, and Esther. Not a lot of her, and she battled on doggedly, didn't she, by Fazliev from Soudan, Gay Waterhouse, Dan Beasley.
Ballyblur getting through on the inside to win the Silver Slipper for Anthony Cummings. Glenn Boss, it had trial well. We saw that on Trials and Tribulations. 10, 7 and 12. Ballyblur, $5.90 and $2.10. Dane Shadow and Esther, trifecta, $93.90. Darren Gauci takes the ride. Darren Beedman suspended. Let's get Alf Matthews' tips.
Well, I don't have don't think you have to be a road scholar to put Lonhro on top, but the simple fact is I don't want to see him being beaten. Clearly the best horse in the race, and he looks fantastic. No, I think John's done a wonderful job with this horse, as he does with all of them, but looks great, Lonhro, clearly on top. If there's to be a surprise, Fantastic can improve. I just think the way the track is at the moment, there's no jar in it at all. That will suit Fantastic and give him a chance. Look, his second up form is very, very strong. I think the journey does suit. Speed-wise, it shouldn't matter how the race is going to be run. I think he's in with a genuine chance. And as I can only reiterate, if there's to be a surprise. Also, number 8, Sound Action. I don't think it can improve 1 inch on what it did first up. In saying that, it doesn't have to improve very much at all to be very competitive. Looked hard and fit first up, and the same applies today. And also, Mummify is one horse that has gone ahead in terms of condition. 1 ahead of 3, 8 and 2. However, the Jewel, lovely looking horse.
Was placed in the Queensland Oaks behind Zagalia, Heckanton and over from New Zealand. You've been here since Monday night. How's the mare been?
Extremely well, Andrew. She's really settled in well and done extremely well.
As I said, placed in the Queensland Oaks, shows plenty of class, but you're thinking she may just need this run.
Yeah, I would sooner the races next Saturday than this Saturday. However, they are here now and we're here, and hopefully she can make at least give a little bit of a showing for herself.
We've been well documenting the Jewel story to get the horse here on Sky in the last couple of weeks, just running 2 races over there. The last of that, you weren't real happy with her going into the race. She went off colour a bit.
Yes, that's true. We put it down to a little bit of seasickness, travel sickness, and she went off her tucker, and that's a big thing for her. And but now she's no prisoners in the feed manger now. So
I was just going to say, you've told me every day virtually this week she's got straight onto the tucker.
Yeah, she has. The whole team's done extremely well, and we're thrilled to boots about it.
Expectations today, finishing off Australian Cup main mission.
Yeah, that's right. If she got a wee piece of it today, I'd be thrilled to boots.
All right, good luck to you, Heck.
Thank you, Andrew.
Heckanton joining us with the Jewel, and it's showing pretty good on the tote at the moment. Now let's do some helping comparison-wise for you. Look, they're supporting Lonhro. $1.20 the tote is under what they're betting on track, but the positives are there, aren't they? I mean, we're talking, I know, probably the people that are, everyone wants Lonhro to win, but at least they're backing it and there's a bit of confidence there.
Winner. Now Fantastic coming up. They're just about right. Natural Blitz comes along for Stephen King. So the field is ready for the St George. They're set. Racing, and Lonhro was first to bounce out. Sound Action, Mummify and Zasmine also begin quickly as they settle into stride. And it's Zasmine going through looking for the lead early. Mummify is up second, and Lonhro steadies now 2.5 away in third. Sound Action next fourth, the outside of the Jewel. Tully Thunder on the fence. And then Fantastic and Natural Blitz is last. Sound Action travelling 3 deep there, climbing up the hill. And the pace is being set by Zasmine, out by 1.5. Mummify is second, about 4 lengths away as Lonhro. Nearly a length away then the Jewel on the inside. Sound Action is wide. Tully Thunder on the rails. And then Fantastic and Natural Blitz on the rails last of all. As they top the rise and head along the back of the course, and Zasmine by 2. Mummify second. The Jewel a length and a half away third. Lonhro lobbed along 3/4 away on her outside. And then Sound Action 1 away from the fence at the 1,000. Tully Thunder on the inside of her. Second last Natural Blitz. And Fantastic is last at the 8.50, and Zasmine by 2. Mummify is second, 3 lengths away the Jewel. Lonhro enjoying a cosy time, is moving up to just about header into third placing now. Then Tully Thunder, Sound Action, 1 away, Fantastic taking off and leaving Natural Blitz at the tail. Zasmine at the 600 by a length and a half. Mummify second, 2 lengths away Lonhro, striding into it nicely. Fantastic rushed up to fourth, and then the Jewel, Sound Action, Tully Thunder, Natural Blitz on the fence. Round the turn now, and Zasmine joined by Mummify. Lonhro 3/4 away, about to let his run go. Fantastic wobbled a bit round the turn, and then Sound Action. Mummify took the lead at the 200, but the big black horse, Lonhro, let down by Darren Gauci. He gave him one around the backside, and he kicked away by a length and a half. Sound Action racing bravely, and then Mummify. But this is what we came to see. Lonhro scores brilliantly by a length. Second home is Sound Action, Mummify third, and Fantastic fourth. Then came Tully Thunder, Zasmine, Natural Blitz and the Jewel. Darren Gauci 2 rides on Lonhro. He won the Group 1 Caulfield Guineas. a couple of seasons ago, and I bet he loved being reunited with the big son of Octagonal today. He gave him an armchair ride. He was never in danger, and he's cruised away and won seemingly with something in hand in the time of 150.98. He really didn't have to do a lot on him. It was all Lonhro. Second placing, Sound Action, who was racing so bravely, and third to number 2, Mummify, who sat on the pace, took the lead around the home turn, and he's certainly come back in good form this autumn. But they've all been chasing the outstanding racehorse of Australian racing right now in Lonhro. On to the Australian Cup. He's won the best form race in comprehensive style, and he'll be a short favourite, no doubt, in the Australian Cup at Flemington early in March. Fourth home, number 3, Fantastic. Fifth in was number 4, Natural Blitz. But they're all in the wake of this wonderful 5-year-old stallion, son of Octagonal and Shardea, who's stretched his winning run now to 24 in all from 32 outings. $1.40 and $1.10 as the favourites keep romping home. Sound Action $1.40 and Mummified $2.80, $3.30 Quinella, $4.60 Exacta, $4.70 for the running double, and the trifecta about to come through should pay $20 odd looking at what it's paid in New South Wales and Unitab. There it is, $28.10 for the trifecta. It's been a long while since Darren Beatman hasn't been on his back, and no doubt he'd be aching watching this race, but it would be a delighted Darren that would know he'd be back aboard in the Australian Cup with a horse who is absolutely peaking as a 5-year-old stallion in wonderful form. Yes, it was interesting looking through the horses who've won on this great racehorse. Rod Quinn's had 4. Brett Preble, I reckon, would trip a few up. He won a 2-year-old race on him here. Digger McClelland and, of course, Darren Gauci. 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, 150.98 the time, 1/8 and 2 of the numbers, and fourth in Fantastic. All honours with a great Australian racehorse.
All right, Greg, that is a fabulous scene there at Caulfield, and he really is awesome, isn't he? He's everything. Lonhro's in the ring. Terrific Taurus, on the other hand, is about steady with those odds you see at the moment. Restless is out a little. In fact, it's out about 3 points, Restless. Majestically is steady. The other support has come for Domiel, which is still favourite. Drifted a fraction and is now at comparable odds with what you're getting on the tote. And nothing else really has been backed in this race. They are starting to get set for a very interesting Parramatta Cup listed race. Domiel just favourite over Majestically. Let's head up to Ian now for race 5.
Well, Chris, yes, one of the features today is the Zodiac Parramatta Cup, taken out 12 months ago by Laguna Lake, Digger McClellan. And a good battle here on the totalisator at the moment. Number 6 runs as the favourite, Domiel, $3.90. Number 3, Majestically, $4.40. And in the ring, a little under a half point between them, with Domiel in front of Majestically. Majestically on camera now, about to come up into the stalls. Been a good old horse, hasn't he, Majestically? And the pool is climbing at 435,000 in the win till. And it's worth $70,000 this afternoon, the Parramatta Cup.